Hello guys. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about balayage. Balayage has been around for decades. So a lot of us think that, oh, it was the new craze last year, the year before, everybody wants to get balayage. Well, no. Balayage has been around since the 70s. It was actually created in France, in the salons in France in the 70s. Really didn't hit the US really huge until probably the later 80s and early 90s, and then balayage came here. So balayage basically for us means free form hand painting. That's what you'll see on your testing. Balayage in France actually means to sweep away. So we're actually sweeping the bleach or the lifter onto the hair, whatever you're going to be using. Because to do balayage, balayage was actually originally created to create more of a sun-kissed look, not to lift to a level 9 or 10. It was actually more of a sun-kissed look. So if you're really wanting to lift very, very high and safely, I would really recommend foils, and now they even call it foilage. It's still balayage, but they put foils in it to help keep the heat in there so the hair will lift higher and faster. Because honestly speaking, I haven't seen a bleach out there that you can go from, a level 3 or 4 all the way up to an 8, 9, or 10, and with just a balayage, because as soon as the bleach starts drying out, it stops working. It will still destroy the hair, but it's not going to lift like you really want it to lift. So if you want to lift high, I would really suggest using foils to keep that heat in. If you're looking for more of a 2 to 3 level lift or trying to get that sun-kissed lift, then a balayage is fine for this, and using the correct toner to make sure that you blend that very well. Okay, so in this practical today, we're going to look at balayage. This is a simple technique. This is not the only technique. There are hundreds of techniques out there. But this is just a very simple technique of balayage. It's easy to get started. It's a bricklayer form, and you can go ahead and divide your hair into 3 sections, okay? You want to use about 1/4 of an inch partings on each section, at the most a 1/2 inch, but I would really probably suggest you use about 1/4 of an inch parting so that you have very thin sections and the bleach can work as well as it should work, okay? So you're going to start off with just your nape area, and I like to divide that into 2, okay? So when we're doing this balayage, we're looking at a free hand form painting. There is no right or wrong for say, but there are techniques that can make this a lot easier and better for you. So when starting off, you want to really get that bleach on there. You can notice I divided this nape section into 2, pulling them down into triangles. I like to hold those, and I only go for my outer edges first. And you can go up and bring that up, but I just typically always go down. And once I get down to the base, I start doing the middle, and then I take these sides up a little bit higher. Okay, you don't always have to do both sides totally even, but you can. So we're going to go ahead and do this sec right here and make sure that you get saturated in the ends. Again, I'm going to pull this into a triangle form. I'm going to start here right at the middle. Make sure I really get that in there. And then I'm going to go all the way up on this one, on this side, and maybe a little bit halfway up on this side. I don't want to do the same. I don't want it to be totally even. I want to be some versatility to there, okay? So again, I'm going to go ahead and drop my next sectioning down. And you really want to get about 1/4 of an inch, not more than that. That looks pretty decent. Now on this one, because we did 2 here and we want to do a bricklayer, we want to do 3 on this one. You can either do 3 or you can do 4. If we do 4, all you have to do is basically kind of divide this into the middle. And if you really want to get even parts, then take those 2 and divide those in the middle. Okay? If you want to do 3, you just join those. If you want to do 4 small ones, then let those hang in there. I think on this one I'm going to do 3. So this goes into a bricklay format. And again, I'm going to start kind of in the middle and then work my way up. I want this to go all the way up, that one, and all the way down. And notice how this should sit on the opposite side of this, okay, because we're doing bricklay. And this is not my way of doing it. I did not come up with this. I've seen many other people use the same method. And sometimes I just kind of take methods that I've seen and I just go with it. And come all the way down. And then we're ready for another one. And on this one, we can make sure we get about about a 1/4 of an inch parting. You don't want more than that. You want to keep it pretty thin. And the reason why we want to keep this thin is because we want that bleach to work. If you don't get it where the bleach is going to work, then you're just going to have some issues. You're not going to get as high. If you don't get it as high as you want, then you're going to end up having to use a lower toner than what you had expected. Because you have to tone according to how high you've lifted. So if you've only lifted to a level 7 or level 8, that's what toner you're going to have to use. Otherwise, your toner is not going to work. So we did 3 on this one. Or the last one, I'm sorry, we did 4, I'm sorry. Yeah. 3 there. So we did 3 on that one, so we're going to do 2 here and let this one fall here. Some bigger sections. And you can do 2, you can do 4. I think I'm going to go all the way up on this one. Now sometimes when these lift, like you'll get a high lift here and then you won't get much of a lift up top. So sometimes you have to use 2 different toners and use like a little bit darker toner, shade darker on the top. Make sure I'm not in you guys' way so you can see the video. And a little bit lighter toner on the bottom. Now notice that I'm kind of like just kind of freeform painting in there. I don't want it to be uniform. I want it to be very natural looking, okay? So I'm just kind of brushing it up. Notice the even, I'm not doing this evenly. I'm just brushing up and go with the flow. If I see something needs a little work, then I go over there and do the work. I try to stay only on the outsides of the V or the triangle until I get to mid shaft. Mid shaft, I try to go right in there and just do everything up. So we're going to do that again. So this one we did 2. So on the next one you can do 3, you can do 4. Remember, about a 1/4 of an inch partings. Make those pretty clean. If you have hair in there that's not where it should be, get it out of there. You can also have this parted ahead of time too, guys. If you really want to save yourself some time, part the hair into sections and just put it up there, and then all you have to do is drop your sections and move up. So again, if you want 4, divide in the middle, take them over, and then go ahead and divide these in the middle and take it over, and then you have your 4 sections. So you divide in the middle and then divide in the middle, and you've got 4 very equal sections. Again, start about mid shaft and then kind of just work your way up, only on the outsides. Okay, you're only doing this on the outside, not the inside. Okay, so we're going to drop that one, and then we're going to come over to this one. Again, and we're going to start in the mid shaft, come all the way up to the top, only on the outside. Okay. Good morning. So we're going to move to our 3rd one. See how quick this is. You can move through a balayage pretty quickly, but I would really give yourself about 3 to 4 hours depending on their hair and the length of the hair. So if you're booking this out, you know, depending on the actual style, and you're going to be using about 3 to 4 hours. And if you're going to do a sun-kissed look, then doing it this way is fine. If you're not and you're going to do a high lift look, I would really advise you to do foils. Okay, so you will continue to go up in this Bricklayer form. Notice these are not right beside each other. So we're doing formats of 3 and 4 or 2 and 4. It's totally up to you. So it's Bricklayer, they don't sit right on top of each other, falling right outside of each other. Then once you get that done, you're going to move to your side. See if I can turn this one. The side, again, can be done in different ways. But if you want to continue this same style, we're just going to come over here and make this as even as possible. And let's just say on this one, we're going to do maybe 2 and 3. You can even do 1 if you wanted to. But let's just say we want to do 2 and 3. And I really want to get some sort of like a signature piece right in front there. I want to actually redo this. I want to do 1 here. But I want a signature piece right in front. So I'm going to really saturate this outside right there because I really want that to have that signature piece there. Then about 1/4 of an inch parting. Try not to go too thick. If you go too thick, you're not going to lift as high. Again, I want that signature piece right here, so I'm going to just duplicate that. And just come in my V. And I want to go up. Make sure our partings are very straight. It's going all the way down. Now, as you get higher and you get more hair, I would start going to a Bricklayer and going like 2, 3, 2, 3. Okay? And that's basically a very quick balayage format. This is just one form. There are many forms. This is a Bricklayer balayage that I like. It's very easy to work with. It's very nice to use on somebody that wants a sun-kissed look or looking to move up to maybe 2, maybe possible 3 levels. If it's virgin hair, you can just use a color if they're doing a sun-kissed look and just put the color in the hair. If they have colored hair already and you're trying to do a higher lift, or you're trying to do a higher lift, then you're going to have to use bleach. You may have to use foils and foil each section as you go as well, so you can keep that heat in and lift that hair as high as you possibly can. Notice also, make sure you do a good consultation and tell your client that it is possible they may have to come in more than once in order to get this look. But if they are going for a very high look, then I'm going to tell them we're going to use foils, and I'm going to charge them more because it's going to take more time. Okay, so this is a simple balayage Bricklayer form. So you're to do 2, 3, 2, 3, or either 3, 4, 3, 4 all the way up. Okay, and the same thing on each side. Okay, guys, so that's 603 balayage, simple Bricklayer form. And good luck with this, guys. I know you'll do very well. It's a very easy format. Make sure that when you are doing this particular one, you're going to show me sectioned first. Then you're going to go ahead and start your application. Show me periodically. When you have completed the entire application, you should show me. After you have shown me, wash out and do a blowout and style on this particular one, because balayage looks best, I would like for you to do a beach wave style. I do not want any braids, and I do not want any buns. No buns, no satellites on top of the head, nothing. I want a side part, right side part, beachy wave style. So blow out, get as much volume as you can with a round brush, then turn around and do a beach wave side part style. Okay, so you can do the beach waves using a wand, or you can use a regular Marcel and just don't use the actual clasp on it. Okay, so again, section in 3, show me. Application, show me. Shampoo and blowout, and then a beach wave style, and show me. Okay, that would be the process you have to do. The first one has to be done on a video. So the first one has to be done on video, unless it's done in class on Zoom on camera in front of me. When you do the video, you must explain to me what you're doing. Okay? Okay, guys. 603 balayage bricklayer style. Have fun.